Hello guys, it is Wasted Links here, your mother's favourite YouTuber, your mother's favourite streamer. We are back again for another XDefiant Factions Ideas. Before we get into it, let's have a disclaimer. This video style is again heavily influenced by channels like Auspex Tactics and Mordian Glory. Links will be in the description and the tags in the top left around now. I am not a game designer or designer at Ubisoft. I am a game design student, however, and a massive fan of the game. These are ideas for content that could be made and not leaks. Today's faction, the Wenja faction from Far Cry Primal. This is a faction that is scattered across the world in the game that you are playing and recollecting across the land. This would be a control faction, great for year 2 content, and would be the second Far Cry faction added. However, the first Far Cry Primal faction added. But what are their abilities, though? Well, the first one, let's have a spear throw. This would be a spear you'd throw that would stun and knock someone back. And a bear trap. This would be a trap that you place on the ground. When it is triggered, it tethers them to this location in like a meter bubble. They can jump, they can still do stuff. Just they are locked at that location until they pull a bear trap open, which sets them free. So what's the first activated ability? The spear. So you throw a spear at an enemy that knocks them back, dealing about 50 damage. This would then stun the enemy when they're hit, giving them weapon sway for a few seconds, making them open for you to be able to kill them. It would have a 30-second cooldown, but obviously is very reluctant on you must hit the player to work, but can also be countered by the ADS. This isn't the most strong thing, as you have to hit the person, but definitely depending on what the effects are added when you're hit by the spear would depend on how strong or weak this ability is. So let's get into the second ability. The hunting trap. This is obviously what everyone's came for. This is what will catch most people's attention. You throw out a hunting trap that triggers when an enemy is close. It locks the player to this location, still being able to move, but tethered to that spot. So you try and jump out of the location, you pull back, but you can't leave this meter bubble. It obviously gives bleed damage, which would tick 3 damage every 3 seconds. Additional to the 15 damage on impact. This is not something that is supposed to kill the player. This is something that is supposed to lock them in a location to make it easier for you to kill them. They obviously need a hole to remove it from their leg, and the bleed damage continues for another few ticks after they've removed it. So it can be that thing that kills them, but it's something that's going to give you that assist to kill them. So what's our ultimate? I'm saying Beastmaster. There's a big influence in the game that you can tame bears, saber-tooths, other creatures, which continues into some of the later games. So it summons a saber-toothed tiger that, like the attack dog kill streaks in Call of Duty, you send out and hunts down the closest players for a short amount of time. Is fast with decent health, capable of one-hitting every faction, unless they are inside the Libertadult, which obviously then would take 2 hits. This lasts about 45 seconds or is until the saber-tooth is killed. This is a strong ability that is going to go out and deal damage passively while you hunt other people. It is going to take a lot of the energy away from the objective in later plays, especially as most people are panicked when they see a saber-tooth galloping across the map to hunt down their friend. So what's the passive? Poison tips. The Wenja have moved to the land of Oros, which is where the game is Far Cry Primal is set, and obviously they've brought some technology and stuff with them. But it's probably not the most aggressive thing that they bring is poison tips, but obviously this is what we're doing. This will be 5 damage per 3 seconds on a 3-second tick for 3 ticks. So 5 damage, 3 seconds later 5 damage, 3 seconds later 5 damage. So it's another 15 damage effect, like the fire of the cleaners, but it does more damage just over a longer period of time. The bad sides of this is it's very similar to cleaners, so it's that overlap of which one you prefer, less damage but short amount of time, or more damage over a longer amount of time. as well as it can be very frustrating to die after, let's say, 6 or 9 seconds after the fight, when the 15 damage ticks through and kills you. Obviously, you'd have a bit of health regen there, but obviously it can be very frustrating. Good points of this is it gives options for class passives, so you can have that option of whether you want the clean or whether you want the Wenja, and it does more damage over time. It also counters 2 extra health of phantoms, as long as you can do 105 damage on your primary, you will then have that extra 15 damage to get them out, assuming they don't heal too much before then. So, what seasonal additions though? Well, we obviously have the new faction, the Wenja, for 700,000 XP. Operator 2 would be 25 kills or assists with the spear. Operator 3, 25 trap assists or kills with the hunting trap. New weapons. The Sten SMG. This is a slow firing SMG, but with decent damage and low recoil. The bow. We could have a new weapon class for special weapons, such as bows and crossbows and rocket launchers and stuff like that. This would be a very slow weapon, but does high damage, and could have some sort of like effect, like bleed, to counteract how you have to charge up the weapon to use. And I'm saying the Cam RS DMR. This is a high power, low mag capacity DMR. These would be all unlocked through the Battle Pass of the season, and level 20, 60, and 40 respectively. But what else? Well, we have a lot of range of stuff, so we're adding some new devices. That being the throwing axe and throwing knife. Yes, these are very similar gadgets, but surely in a game like XDefiant you could make them different. You could modify them a bit. And these would be unlocked at 30 and 50 respectively. You could make it so the throwing axe is more of a curve, but can bounce or not bounce, and the throwing knife is a lot more accurate with less of a curve. So one's more primarily for shorter range, close combat, so that being the throwing knife because it's more direct, and the throwing axe for longer curved trick shots. But I'm also saying a new attachment, and I'd say the underbarrel shotgun. This and the Sten being links to, and the bear trap being links to the Canadian faction in Rainbow Six Siege. And this underbarrel shotgun would be a 5 mag shotgun underbarrel attachment that would increase recoil and reduce accuracy and speed, but gives you that 15 shots of 3 mags of shotgun shells that you can use for close-up engagements when your primary runs out. This would be unlocked at level 50 of rifles and DMRs, so not unlocked on SMGs and shotguns or snipers, but good for those rifles and DMRs where you want something much more close ranged for those engagements. However, with all that, I want to say thank you for watching. Please like and comment if you enjoyed. Tell me your opinion on this faction idea. Check out the description for the links to Auspex Tactics, Mordian Glory, and also my other socials, that being Instagram, Twitch, and I think the merch store is down there. Please dislike if you really don't like the video, and tell me why. It'll help me improve the next few. So with that, I hope you enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.